So you like old school essentials, but maybe you want a Spelljammer, Astral sailing kind of Planescape vibe. Well, I have 3 free zines for you today that will do that for you. So stay tuned. Hello, everybody. Jordan here. The PH is silent. I have some good and sad news relating to a really cool zine we're going to look at today. So Planar Compass is the 3 zines and a player options book that we're going to talk about today for old school essentials. And the company that was making it, the individuals that were making it, they said on April 2nd that they are going to close this project. So they wanted to say thank you to everybody and happy adventuring in the world, but they're closing the project. And with that, they're going to make all of the PDFs free. There's still some physical copies, I think, of issue 3 floating around if you want to find that. But if you click the link down below, it will take you to DriveThru RPG, where you can pick up all of these 3 really excellent zines for old school essentials, Planescape, kind of Spelljammer, Astral sailing rules, completely free. So check it out. Let's look at them right now. And here we are, Planar Compass for old school essentials. This is a collection of 3 zines that they released over the years, and a player's booklet to give to your players to have them, know the options that are available. This is all part of this bundle here for old school essentials. You should pick it up because it is absolutely free, and these people are awesome. And this is like a lot of love went into this, and I'm very surprised that they're just gonna make the PDFs freely available, but good on them because it's really cool. I actually bought Planar Compass 1 and 2, and then I didn't know that 3 came out. It kind of got off of my radar. So I'm a little bit familiar with these, but I haven't played the exact system yet. But we're going to take a look at this. What it is it's an astral sea. It's kind of the astral realm, but you're on pirate ships and you fly around space. So it has a Planescape and Spelljammer kind of mashed together. The ships are very much sailing ships, and the rules pertain to the sailing ship kind of style that it is. So you're not getting crazy, Githyanki ships and things like that, but it has, if you like that kind of play where you're in the ocean of the ethereal, this is great. And I think always having more options for your old school essentials game is really fun. Looking at the table of contents, we have a little bit of information on the setting and island locations and the characters that are there. Here are some like basic adventures for you, and then the classes. And then there's a new like psionics ability that they kind of added in here. So the location, specifically this one, is this island port that's kind of shaped like a hand. And it just has information on it. Like, here's rumors, here's secrets. You could build your own little adventure using this. Some NPCs that are there, the bar and like what's going on there, rumors and hooks. So it's not a full-on setting, but it's like setting light, which is sometimes really nice and sometimes all you need. I don't need the intricacies of something like the Rock of Brawl, but I need just like a pit stop in my astral sailing, which is really cool. As far as classes, there were some new ones. The Aldhelsi, the Aldhelsi, which are psionic characters, and they have, so they reach about 9th level. They're kind of like weird astral, goblins, maybe elves. And then we have the Astral Sailor. You're a swashbuckler of sort, and you have astral navigation and things like that. So you're accustomed to sailing on the astral sea. And we have the Onauk. So the Onauk are kind of larger berserk creatures. They have devil horns and things like that. So they're like the orcish things of this astral world. And then finally we have the Scion. And the Scion is, again, more like psychic powers and stuff. And they have their new like psychic energy based system here that you can check out. So really fun, super cool, and new. Like, if you wanted to play a character in this world, it's kind of fun to have all of this stuff. And then rules for psychic combat and attack modes and stuff. And like, this looks so good and professional. And I mean, they were selling this back in the day. I'm just surprised that they're giving it away for free. Again, free Planescape Spelljammer rules for your old school essentials game. You got to go pick it up. This is amazing. And then if we jump over to number 2, this is a bunch of different planes in the multiverse. So this is the second zine that they put out for this. There's the Astral Plane, obviously. There's Dolmenwood, and Dolmenwood is Necrotic Gnome's setting for Old School Essentials. And moving forward, I think Old School Essentials is bundled in with Dolmenwood. It's like the default setting and the books that they're going to provide. So if you are curious about Old School Essentials, you should go Google Dolmenwood, or I'll put links down below, and you can find that there. We have elemental planes, like Gnosis, the plane of infinite knowledge and lost secrets. Just lots of fun stuff. Ordo, the plane of law and time. The Prime Forge, the plane of weaponry, armor, and craft. Wishery, the plane of dreams and fancies. So we have the multiverse, we have introduction, we have some monsters. Pirates are always fun on the Astral Sea to run into. So here's some pirates. Notable features, they're smuggling psychic dungongs. And the ship name is the Mystifying, which is fun. We have some encounters that you can run, and then rules for ships. So you can actually have your crew and order them, and you guys can have some like ship-to-ship combat, which is really fun. And then it kind of talks a little bit about hex flowers, which I don't know if I've talked about, but hex flowers are kind of interesting, where you create a situation where it's easier to go like side to side and down than it is to go up. And so you kind of create these like really difficult things up at the top, but then it's easier to like fall down. And so when you roll, you kind of like nudge your chart back and forth. And that can be a way for you to be sailing on the winds. It's kind of fun. So we have astral sailing, and it gives you some information. Look at this hex map. This is great. Like travel and encounters, and you can see where you're going. Very fun. Rules for weather. Again, another hex flower for weather, which is really fun. And then nearby planes. So we start in the Astral Sea, but we end up flying over to the plane of fire. Plane of Earth is over here. A lot of fun stuff. And then, and then different information specifically on the plane. So here's like the elemental plane of water, and it'll tell you encounters and things like that. And a lot of these monsters can be found in Old School Essentials, either the Classic Fantasy or the Advanced Fantasy, or Planar Compass Rules Issue 1. I recommend Advanced Fantasy because it has all the rules of Classic Fantasy as well in it, so you get both of them when you buy that book. And then Planar Compass Issue 3, this is the one I'm actually least familiar with, but it looks like there is a couple of new classes in here, and something about time. So it's all about planar time and going stuff with the Great Wheel in order. So it has kind of like a Modron mechanist feel to it. So there's some extra monsters in here. And if we look at the Planar table of contents, if we look at the table of contents, we have some new character classes, the Chanicoid and the Time Priest, and then Clockwork Port Cathedral. So it looks like this is really about a particular setting here, which I'm assuming is the Ordo setting. Kanakanoids have an innate sense of order, acute and dispassionate. For them, things are black or white. So these are kind of like Modrons with the serial numbers scrapped off, which is really fun. And then the Time Priest, apparently you have Chronomancy, which is always fun. I mean, this could be a cool class to add to just about any of your games if you wanted to. It's themed in this particular setting, but like I think it would work in a lot of other places as well. And then the laws of time preservation. So this is some information on like time law and the priests and things like that. So super fun. Here are the spell list for our time priests. Summon past self. The caster reverts to a previous version of themselves. That's pretty fun. Stop time, a classic. Temporal distortion. Create a 60-foot field centered on the point within range. Inside the field, the flow of time is severely distorted. The field blurs the relationship between cause and effect such that individuals within it must save versus paralysis to move or act. All within the field reduce their movement to 10 feet and make all rolls with disadvantage. If the caster moves or loses concentration, the field dissipates. And then we have the Clockwork Port, which is a location that you can go visit. I love this art. Look at these robots. So cool. And here we have a giant cog. And again, we're sailing. So here's the Astral Sea at the bottom, and you're sailing up to it. It's just really fun. I love little settings like this. I was really excited when I heard that this was out and free. So you guys should definitely pick this up. Oh, and one last thing I wanted to look at. Here is the player's booklet that you can hand out to your players. Looks like it doesn't have the Time Priest or the Modron looking thing. But we do have the Astral Sailor and stuff. So this would be a great thing to print out for your players to be like, hey, here's some extra options that you can use with some extra spells and psionics. And then of course we have a Planar Compass sheet that you can have for your game. Complete with equipment squares, which is really great. And of course the open game license. I mean, I love Old School Essentials. You could print these out zine-wise. I think it would be really fun. If you're looking for that spell jammery, that kind of like fun planescape kind of hopping thing, this could be a great way to do it. And I love that you have the medium of this Astral Sea to hop on and sail over to the Plane of Fire and things like that. But maybe you want even more options for your Old School Essentials game. Well, then I would recommend checking out some of these other videos that I have up on the screen here, maybe in the top right corner down below, where I go over the Carcass Crawler zines and the Knock magazine and showcase some of the really fun classes that are hidden in those magazines that are made specifically for Old School Essentials. You could probably find even more character options to include in your Planar Compass game. And that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing and liking. Please check out some of these other videos like I mentioned, and I will see you all in the next video.